Welcome to today's 10-minute CEO interview. Today, I have Derren Burrell from Veteran Ventures Capital. Derren is a veteran, United States Air Force, spent 21 years in the United States Air Force. Like my dad, it's like 23, and I did 4. So thanks for your service, Derren.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for yours and your father's.
All right, thank you so much. So, Derren, tell me a little bit about your company and what you do.
Sure. And again, appreciate you taking the time to having me on here. Veteran Ventures Capital, really quite frankly, is military Shark Tank. Okay, it's we take investors' money in. We have a fund that invests in veteran-owned and veteran-led businesses. We curate those businesses and we return them back. All about the veteran, what we call veteranpreneurs, right? It's early stage, trying to grow, and scale their businesses and take them to the next level. That's what we do.
Beautiful. What about that? What do you feel the biggest strength of your company is? I mean, it gets down to like why you've chosen veterans. Of course, you're a veteran, but what do you find in veterans?
Well, yeah, we kind of have a really great opportunity. Okay, what the veteran brings to the table is millions of dollars of research, of investment by our government into the training and core competency and technical skills development. Today's military is more technically expertise and more skilled than it ever has been before. These guys are coming out over 250 million or 250,000 a year, and 25% of them want to start their own business. And they have some great innovative ideas. The number one limiting factor is access to capital. We fill that role, so we're taking those people that have the elite training and the elite mindset, that adaptability, that administrative and organizational skill set, that no-fail mission attitude. And that gives us a lead because we believe that those veterans make better entrepreneurs.
Do you have a specific niche or sector or stage in?
How you define early stage, right? It's different by depends on who you ask, but we are early stage. We do not have a specific industry or sector. Our only paper requirement is that it be veteran-owned or veteran-led, and it does. What we're looking for is that person that has that skill set and that training, that is strategically leading that company, utilizing the military principles that they learned over their course in the military. What is the military good at? I mean, they're good at security, they're good at cyberspace, artificial intelligence, logistics. And then dealing with government contracts. Those types of things are where we're seeing a lot of our deal flow. So we definitely see a lot of what you would think the military would be good at, but specifically we're open to almost anything because we want to hear all the great ideas that the veterans bring to the table.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of veterans when they leave the service, they get out and build a company about supporting DoD projects, and that's a very lucrative environment.
Right. I mean, and the thing is that it's a bureaucratic nightmare, right? To get into the federal government, infrastructure, if you will, to get paid. Well, that's what I did when I was in the military, so I can help cut to the chase and get those guys in there and help them get to the point where they are getting that money from those government contracts. And once you get in, it's pretty lucrative business. It's just trying to find a way to navigate your way through all the bureaucracy can be very, very time consuming and tough.
Right. So how big is your fund? I mean, what's the average size of an investment with an entrepreneur's company?
Yeah, great question. So our target size is a million in the first round. We're not going to be diluted, so we're going to reserve follow-on capital for future rounds. But you're looking at about $1 million per investment. And so the fund size is 20 million right now, and we are looking to.
And you just started when?
So the fund's been around for about 1.5 years. We deployed capital about this time last year for the first time. So it was a cybersecurity company out of Nashville called Havenlock. Great company that went on Shark Tank and is doing phenomenal work right now. And so we're getting ready to, pull the trigger on a couple new investments coming up.
Yeah. So when you offer $1 million, what are you asking? Are you asking for a percentage of the company, or is it more like a debt or debenture type of deal? And are you taking a board seat and said, hey, tell me a little bit more?
Yeah, we prefer to lead the round. So that would involve a board seat. And that's typically what we are asking for. And we are purely at this stage in the game, we're an equity only provider of capital. So we're looking for, that a big piece of the pie, the 15 to 20% look of the company. So that involves, different valuations, obviously. But we're looking at around that, 10 to 20 million valuation.
So what's the biggest challenge right now that you personally have overcome? I mean, look, raising money, starting a fund, and then finding the company. So what part of all of that has been challenging? What lies ahead of you? Finding great companies to invest in? What is it?
No, it's I got to tell you, the deal flow has been phenomenal. The quality has been great. It's really ramped up over the last year. So I think the word's getting out. I honestly think it has been the fundraising portion itself. It's a really tough slog, especially for a first-time fund manager like myself. So it's been a long uphill battle. That reputation of trying to generate that track record so that you can have those follow-on opportunities for future fund opportunities. So again, a lot of the fund of funds and people that we reached out to were like, love the idea, love what you're doing, all in on fund two. So it's just been a matter of can't get to fund two without fund one. So that part was
right. I got to get one customer first before I get the next one.
You got it.
Yeah. So what about, let me go back to the details or terms. Do you have a internal rate of return expected, or, we're going to keep it in the money in for 5 years, 7 years? And the goal is always we'd like some kind of exit, IPO or acquisition.
We're in the early stage space. So not a lot of these guys are at least statistically speaking, are going to IPO. Okay. It's going to be typically an acquisition strategy. The fund life is 10 years, but we typically are looking for that return of about a 10x return in the 3 to 5 year time frame. So we're looking at part of the criteria when they submit an application on our website. Hey, this is do you have a plan, an exit strategy of how you're going to make my investors a 10x return in 3 to 5 years?
Yeah.
So that's generally speaking, that's in line with most venture capital funds. So we're right there.
Yeah. When you talk to these entrepreneurs that are in your deal flow right now, what's kind of the one characteristic are you seeing? Are you seeing most of these guys are real coachable and receptive to VC funds or investors, or what is it?
So what we find, again, this is so the military community, as I'm sure you're aware, is somewhat of a brotherhood, and I use that term generically. When you get that veteran to veteran look on them, they can tell you the truth. They have that integrity, that discipline, that excellence that you would expect out of a military professional. So that's what they're coming to us as. That can sometimes come across to those people that haven't served and to somewhat of a, maybe self-confident to a higher level. So we try to make sure that, that when I talk to them, I do believe that they are very coachable. And sometimes, that doesn't translate well to those outside of the veteran communities.
So tell me a little bit about what your why that makes you cry, why you're doing this. And if somebody sees this and you want them to come to you and send your deal flow, what's that going to look like?
Yeah. So great questions. The why is, there's never been a better time, right? The view of the military has always been strong. It seems to be getting stronger way back when, since 9/11 up until now. So we think that the skill set that is now developed and the technical expertise that is being invested in all these people, it's coming to fruition when they come out. Now is the time to get a part of it. And it allows me to mix my two of greatest passions, money management and helping veterans succeed in their transition. If you've looked at our website at veteranventures.us, you'll see a couple things. Number one, you'll see that our motto is rewarding sacrificial leadership. Now that is a kind of a dual meaning, because we believe that the investor is rewarded because of that return that they're going to get, that 10x return. And then, of course, the veteran entrepreneur is also going to be rewarded because he's going to get to scale his business to new heights and new levels. The other thing you'll see on there is that's exactly how you get a hold of us. The process is going to the website, clicking on Contact Us, and there's a funding portal right there.
Great.
You submit your application right there. It's a series of several questions, and upload your pitch deck, your pro forma, and your exec summary, and you're off to the races.
Derren, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your service. You have a great day.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate your time, John, and doing this.